Okay. Well, Peach, this is your baby, dude. So I don't want to. May I hold your baby? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Get the Bjorn out, strap it to your dress. Let's go.
Nadra's always picking up babies, dude, and then I'm like forced into the. Do you want to hold the baby? I'm like, I don't know, not really.
I never have to hold a baby, and I have a long streak. I can't remember the last time I've held a baby. People are always like, "Oh, you want to hold it?" No, I do not. I do not.
So we need some young families at Court Cousins Night. Bring your babies and just hand them to Peach.
I will not hold them.
Welcome, everybody, to Court Cousins, episode 83. My name is Kyle. I'm joined, as always, by my handsome, my witty cousin, Jason the Peach. It's episode 83, and it is a fine episode. Peach, tell those beautiful second cousins what we've got on this, buddy.
I'll tell them what they've won. You've won an emotional check-in at the top of the show to see how we're doing. Then it's the always invigorating social media roundup, followed by starter or backup bench, where we basically do an F, Marry, Kill style of magic-based topics. And then it's grand, it's large, it's buoyant from time to time. It is the large ending.
Heck yes. Can't wait to get into all of that show with you, Peach, and you beautiful second cousins out there. But first, we do need to shout out all the folks that make this show go over on the Patreon. Shout out to all the all-stars and second cousins. Shahin, Luis Rosario, Paulo and Franz's Warmth, Magic Player History, Matthew Bell, Damien, and Gloria. Thank you so much for your support over there. It really does mean a lot. Even just the $5 level helps this show to go with all the expenses it does have. It is a losing effort, and the IRS will come after me if it continues to be so. They're going to say, hey, this is not a hobby. This is a hobby, buddy. You can't keep doing this. So please help us. Please help us on that. And also,
Emilio, hey, shut up, man. We're doing a podcast in here.
That's the shout out? Who's Emilio?
He's my neighbor. He smokes on the porch all the time. He's loud.
Shout out to Emilio. Shout out to Smoking on Porches. And I do want to shout out any of you that are subscribed, any of you that have already liked this video, because that's what you want to do. You want to spread this Orlando Magic propaganda to the masses. Peach, we are so close to 2,000 subscribers right now. There were about 5,000 people, unique individuals that watched this show last month. If only... But 40% of those, Peach, over 40% are not subscribed. So over 2,000 folks aren't subscribed. We only need like 110 or 120 of you just to click that subscribe button today, and we'll be at 2,000 in no time. It's nothing for you. It's free for you. It means a lot for us. So thank you very much. And one last point of business, Peach. We are going to be down in Orlando Thursday, February 5th for the 4th annual Family Reunion Court Cousins Night. This year, though, we're doing it way bigger. We rented a suite, and that suite just sold out. People messaged us and bought all the tickets up. So we've decided that we're going to rent the adjacent suite. But guess what? 2 tickets already sold from that puppy. So we only have 14 tickets left to the second suite. So if you want to get down, the details are in the description of this show. You're just going to send me a Venmo or Cash App and hit us with an email, and I will add you to that list and send you that tickets when they're released to us. That is all. Thank you for listening to that.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yep.
The second one. Woo, we're doing it, Red Band. We are doing it. Unbelievable.
I mean, it's awesome, right? Getting into a suite for $100, that's cheaper than... Like a lower bowl ticket, certainly. And I've never been in a suite for a NBA games. I think a lot of you second cousins out there are probably in the same boat. If you've never done it, $100 to get in the suite with a bunch of homies. It's going to be live. Can't wait, man.
Right. There's not like going to be a live butcher in there cutting meat for you or anything.
Unfortunately not. We saw the catering menu. It was outrageous.
It is. Suite prices are insane.
Yes. But you
can't even get into some basketball games for $100.
No,
let alone get in the suites. Come on.
I was thinking about going when the Magic played the Knicks in Madison Square about a week ago. It was like $230 to get in the building. So
that's bananas.
I said no thanks. I wasn't sure if we were going to play. In the end, I would have probably liked to be there for that ass whooping that we laid down on them. But alas,
yep.
everything's
Well,
2020 in hindsight, right?
hey, sometimes you got to make those hard choices when it comes to money. If anyone knows that better than me, I don't know who they are.
All right, Peach, let's get into the emotional check-in where Peach and I take a photograph of one of our favorite Germans, Moritz Wagner, and use it to describe how we're feeling. And please do make sure you check in with your loved ones. That's why we do this here, just to be a little bit of an example that, yes, us two men, we can be vulnerable and we can ask each other, how you doing, Peach, for the emotional check-in.
Well, I'm gonna take my paddle.
Whoa!
My newly purchased pickleball paddle, and I'm gonna pop it back to you.
Oh,
I want you to lead off.
Okay.
I always have to lead off. I'm gonna have you lead off this time.
Well, I got excited about
I'm
that.
excited about this picture.
That pickleball photo. That pickleball. Let me see that thing again, dude. That's nice. My mom is a big
giveaway
pickleballer.
Coming up later, but we get first dibs on purchasing the giveaways they're going to give away later. And I saw the pickleball paddle. I was like, I better have one in case my aunt or my dad comes to visit.
Oh yeah,
I'll be able to play. So I'm ready.
Okay, all right, I'll go first. I will take that dink, dude, and I'll dunk you right back. So I found this photograph on Moritz Wagner's Instagram, but I must confess, this is actually Franz Wagner. I've zagged the last 2 weeks. Last week I had your sexy man meet on here as a youth, a middle schooler perhaps. And this week I have Franz. So it's supposed to be the emotional check-in, but this is what I needed because we had Friendsgiving this weekend, Peach. And so we had a lot of people over and that was an awesome time. And we had a lot of good food, and a lot of the good food, especially the desserts, were still left over. So I have just been in a sugar coma, and I've been looking like this young Franz Wagner right here, just knocked out. I mean, minus the max contract, but other than that, like we're pretty much the same based on this photograph. Just being kind of a lard, which, you know, has been nice to get some relaxation, but you know me, I'm getting a little restless. I'm starting to feel a little bit down because I haven't been at the gym in like 4 or 5 days, so I need to get back there. But I'm trying to enjoy the rest and the sugar highs. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing, Peach. How about yourself, sir?
Oh, just coming off a sugar high myself. Got a half a Costco apple pie over there from food eating at work. So I've been working on that, and I can't wait to sugar crash later. I picked this picture of Moritz staring blankly ahead because I was kind of like me sometimes with like a lot of stuff going on, just like it's going well, but like it's just like you're just staring, like you don't know this face. He could bust out in a smile in 2 seconds, or he could start crying, or he could be real mad. And like he's just maintaining right there.
Yeah.
Almost. Like that's dude maintain. Like you're not sure where he's at. Like there's more smiles than negatives, but sometimes it's just like there's a lot to think about. You're juggling a lot of stuff. Other people's stuff kind of becomes part of your stuff because you got to be nice because we're all human beings. And you know, it's a lot to juggle, but you just keep staring ahead. You just keep maintaining, you know, because there's better times ahead. My friend Aaron is coming to town this week. We're going to tear it up. We're going to see some SMU football.
Hell yeah.
Ponies.
Hell yeah.
And we're going to go see the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll do some gambling and have some fun. So it'll be good to get a little time away from work and just kind of unload. You know, it's always a good time when someone comes to visit, even though only you and Aaron have really come to visit me. But I'm saying when we come, there's lots of fun. There's good barbecue, right?
Oh,
you can confirm.
Oh, yes.
So I'm saying, like, there'd be way less of me staring ahead like Moritz if more people would come through.
Yeah.
Come through the Big D.
Yeah.
Ladies love Big D. Come on.
Yeah, man. So true. So true. And I feel like as men too, people don't ask dudes as much how they're feeling, or there's no kind of empathy for the weight that men carry in society or the things that we have to handle. And we just kind of have to handle it stoically and, you know, without emotion and kind of head on. But, you know, I think times are changing, and it's good that we can get on here and talk about it and be like, yeah, you know, I feel that way too, Peach. Sometimes I feel like I don't know if I'm going to laugh like a crazy person or break down crying just because I'm trying to, you know, keep things going in the right direction.
Dude maintain.
Dude maintain. Dude maintain.
That's potential title of the episode. Just saying.
Good, we hit it early. Let's go. All right, Peesh. Well, let's waste no more time. Not that that was a waste of time, but let's get right into the social media roundup. This is that segment where we scour the interwebs for your posts about our beloved Orlando Magic. And this one, we're starting good. We're starting positive, Peesh. It's from Cortez, a Magic fan legend in himself that we've had the pleasure of hanging out with when we go down to the 4th annual Court Cousins Night. Just another plug there. And he has a meme here. The Orlando Magic is that game-winning shot. Well, not a game-winning shot, but that dagger from Franz Wagner after hitting it off the backboard. He comes back and hits another 3 to ice the game a couple nights ago. And it's Peter. Yeah, it's Peter Griffin. Yes, is this the We're Back department? Yeah, I'd like to file a claim because the Orlando Magic, we're back, baby. Make it Magic. Cortez wants us all to know that the Magic are back, man.
I'm pretty sure Cortez could have also slapped the Denver Broncos logo underneath this one and still been good, right? My man is a Broncos fan, and they're killing it as
true.
well.
That's true. You guys share
my
that.
My favorite part of like that game in particular in question here, where it seemed that we were back, according to Peter, is holy crap, we're winning games with 3-pointers now? What is this about? Like, we got the Dane and we got this at the end of the game. Like, we look like an NBA team. Like, what is happening? Like, that has not been part of our life for at least the past 2 or 3 seasons, where like we can do that at the end of games and get those dagger threes. And holy shit, did we need it? We need that kind of stuff. So it is good to be getting it now because it makes you feel like, and we don't need to go way down this hole, but like if Paulo's not going to be in there, we're going to need some more of those threes. We're going to have to dial up some other ways to score. And it can't just be the way it always has been with the offense. But I know we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, and this is another one here. Now, we're recording this on Monday evening, and we're not really including the Houston game in this. So this is from Banchero on Twitter, and he's citing the last 7 games, which, again, doesn't include the Rockets game. But the Magic have a 109.8 defensive rating, 3rd in the league in the last 7 games, 117.3 offensive rating, 14th in the league, and they are 5-2 in that stretch. And this is kind of the recipe, right? The sky was falling in the beginning part of the season as this team was getting acclimated, Peesh. But now that everyone is kind of getting into synergy, even though we're missing Paulo and Suggs' day-to-day right now, we're starting to see things fall into place. And this was the hope for me coming into this season, that we'd maintain that top 5-ish defense in the league and that our offense could be middling. I wasn't wishing for the stars. I was just give me the moon. Just give me the moon, Peesh. I'll take it. And so 15th in the league, 14th in the league right here. Hey, that's good. If we can lock that in, then we are a threat in the playoffs to do damage. If these things stay true and they feel like they could be very real, then this is the team that we all expected, and it's arriving, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there's more good that happened since we last did our podcast 2 weeks ago than bad, which is good. That we needed to make that swing badly, not just for the team's sake, but for even our coach's sake. So I'm glad to see us getting back to doing a little bit of what we know to do. And I'm glad to see some of the players breaking out who are breaking out. But it's still sad to see the certain players who are not doing stuff, still not doing stuff. And I think that ultimately will be what keeps us from being that NBA championship level team. But I don't think any of us had those championship aspirations this particular season. Did you think, honestly, NBA champion worthy caliber this year? I think
Eastern Conference Finals,
amazing,
certainly.
I think that would be. I think that's our ceiling.
I wouldn't have been surprised if we make it into the finals, but I don't think we could win a chip against like the likes of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Although it did feel pretty good. If there's any Pyrrhic victories that we, almost bested the Rockets, last night without Paulo, without Suggs, and those guys are some of the favorites out of the Western Conference, although no one is touching Oklahoma City right now. They're just shitting on everybody. By the way, they're number 1 in the league in defensive rating by about 8 points on us. So it's like they're beating teams just handedly and they just got Jalen Williams back. So yeah, I didn't have those aspirations. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up there. I mean, but no, I think there's still much work to do on the backside of this roster, and I think we're going to talk about that a little bit more as the show goes on, right, Pish?
I mean, I think we have to. We owe it to people. That's what people want to see, right? People want to see people talking about stuff that's wacky and crazy. So, or that means something. I don't know.
Well, I know what people do want to see you, and I just need to fix your camera everyone. So just bear with me for 2 seconds. But Pish does appear here in just a moment, and there he is, and he's glorious.
Well, hang on. Let me talk about it while it's here.
Yeah.
Still. So like I didn't get a picture of it, but Jonathan appeared on a New York Knicks podcast, which I think is probably similar to I'm talking about Jonathan, the 6-man show.
Right.
And it was like all of a sudden the guy like asked him like, do you like get sick of having to defend Paulo Banchero? And I was like, and then he answered the question honestly and nicely, because that's who Jonathan is as a human man.
Yeah.
And I respect him for that. But like, I'm just sort of like, what? I don't understand. Like, I guess I don't watch all of that stuff y'all are watching, because like I just watch my team and I support my team, and I like keep up with like a couple other shows in the case of the Magic, and that's it. Like, and I follow a bunch of people that like my favorite football teams, and I'll see some social media posts and I move on with my day. Like, I don't follow BroncoHater.com, and I don't follow Buffalo Bills shitter honor 84. Like, I don't follow those people. Like, don't watch people who are shitting on your teams and your players. Like, not everyone's opinion matters. You can say that about me as well in the comments right now if you like. But like, some people who are out there talking, they don't matter. So like, you don't have to listen to it. I said last episode, purple chicken. Sometimes little kids will just say random things and you just go, and you move on with your day. And like, a lot of social media is that. So like, do yourself a favor and don't listen to those things when they're shitting on your team and having no points. And I'm sure we are about to back that up right now with more social media roundup. So let's get back to it.
Heck yeah. Well done, Pish. Okay. Well, so, a guy that has been very influential on this 5-7 run as Paulo went down is the Masked Crusader, Franz Wagner. And Magic Henry P is letting us know that during a 4-1 stretch that we were on, Franz went for 25, 6-5, 28, 9-4, 19, 9-6, 29 and 3. And there's another stat line I can't see, but this is what we call a 25-26 All-Star. I mean, Franz has just been a freaking bucket. There's no doubt that he's going to be an All-Star, except if, I mean, the Magic have to continue to do majority winning here as we move on, but I'm not worried about that happening. I think by the time the All-Star break rolls around, the Orlando Magic will be at least in the top 6 in the East, top 5 in the East, and that will be good enough to have at least one All-Star from this team. And right now, that one All-Star is going to be Franz Wagner.
No. If he keeps putting up stat lines like this, we could lose all the games, and he's in the All-Star game. You can't keep guys out that are getting those kind of borderline triple-doubles on a regular basis. Like, you can't keep those dudes out of the All-Star game, in my opinion, especially with the new format they have, especially when they have a team that's a world team. You need world dudes.
I forgot
Here's
about
one.
that.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
To be honest, that new format is really stupid because you're excluding certain people or you're trimming down the world team, honestly, which could be super nice.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know what it is with them in the All-Star game. They keep just like, well, let's try this. Well, let's try this. Well, let's try this. And it's like, hey, bruh, you had East versus West.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just do that. Like, I was for the playing down to a certain point. I can't remember what they call that type of game where they.
Oh, yeah. The Manning was. It's not the Manning.
I can't remember
rule.
what that's called.
Yes.
No, it's. But you know what I'm talking about. That.
Yeah. Right.
That's okay with me. Like, that was. That concept is all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. They're always trying to like make it mean something or this, that, and the other thing. It's like, well, it's not really. It's supposed to be like an exhibition game. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be you're sending your players here and they don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, and then we get back to the NBA season. Like, it's a showcase where like people who don't watch the Magic can see Franz Wagner and be like, who the hell's this guy? Look at this German guy. Holy crap! Is that young Dirk? He's nice.
yeah. I get that. You're right. I think there is a little bit too much emphasis now on trying to make it competitive, and it's an exhibition weekend. It's a fun weekend. It's a weekend where you go and There's players around. Kind of gives me almost like Summer League vibes. Like it's just a place where NBA fans go as kind of a bucket list thing to see the stars and have a good time, watch the dunk contest, watch the three-point contest. We don't need to have an uber competitive all-star game to decide some large thing. I mean, yeah, I don't know. What could you do to make it more competitive? That's not what this segment is about. It's about Franz Wagner being an all-star in the last 5 games. Now almost 25 points per game, 7 boards, almost 5 assists, pretty much 2 stocks. Like the guy has been unbelievable. The 3-point shot is looking not too damn bad. I mean, 32% isn't great, but he's taking it with confidence at least, and people are starting to have to, defend it. It's better. That's for damn sure. And he's always, I mean, the bread and butter of Franz's game is the ability for a 6'10", maybe 6'11" guy. If you watched him standing next to Giannis when he got the top 5 players in Eurobasket, just right there with Giannis, a guy that height who has that much wiggle in the dribble and can just beat guys no matter if you're a guard and definitely forwards off the dribble and get to the hoop both hands. It's been tremendous, man. This guy has no fear. He has certainly been Franz Boogie, as Cedric likes to call. He's been the boogeyman for many a team this season, and I don't think that's bound to end anytime soon.
No, Franz is peaking. Mm-hmm. I would say. Oh, maybe hopefully not. Hopefully he can go even further. Yeah. But he's playing at a super high level, kind of depending on no matter who's on the court and no matter who the opponent is. Sometimes there are certain players on our team over the last 5 years or so that like have good games against this team, or teams that don't have a good inside big.
Stop talking about
plays well against that. No. I'm just saying, like, or some people who are like have a shorter guard, then that guy can play well and he can score that day.
Yeah.
But like he is consistently playing well against every opponent, no matter who we have in the lineup on the side of him, whether he's playing with the bench guys or playing with the starters, he's making things happen, and that's an all-star.
Yeah.
So you give that man his due.
Yeah. Amen. All right. So let's go to another German that has been contributing in a big way to this winning streak. We have the German contingent out here. Oh, I have the wig. Should I put the lederhosen on? I did the last reaction that I was able to do in the full lederhosen. You're gonna have to check that one out. Here we go. Welt God. We didn't have Welt God in the social media roundup either last week. It's good to have him here. Welt God has the meme where it's the bearded man looking at something. Thank you for changing my life. And Tristan da Silva is just saying, I'm literally just playing solid team basketball. and that's, I mean, I could see Peach getting giddy over there, because if there's a man that enjoys a nice box out and a good, like, just moving to open space and a good, like, pick and roll, it's that man right there, Peach. And Tristan da Silva, it looks effortless, man. And it's really been a pleasure to watch him operate. The efficiency is just crazy from this guy. Like, and I wanted to look up his 36 minutes to hopefully make an argument that, if this guy were starting, could he be in an all-star conversation? Because that's just how good he's been playing. We saw last year that the shot looked awesome, solid defender, like you're not drawing him off his feet. He's staying down, stays with his guy, super smart, always hustling, always boxing out. We knew that was there. But now it seems like after watching Franz at Eurobasket, he's like, oh shit, I'm also 6'10". I'm also super athletic, and I can do these. Hey, Franz, show me that little Euro step that you do through the lane. Show me the arc off the backboard thing that you do. Show me that little, like, step back shot that you got. And he's working all these things into his arsenal. I expect a guy, especially at his quote unquote advanced age, what is he, like 23, 24? But he was a 4-year player out of college, so everyone's like, oh, he's a geriatric. He's never gonna get any better. It's like, no, he is very much so getting better. But you expect him to add maybe one more thing in the offseason. Then next year comes around, he adds another thing. Feels like this guy added like 6 things to his bag this offseason. And if I were to make the argument, hey, if this guy had starter minutes, could he be in the All-Star game? Well, I don't know. Not really. But here we got 18 points, 6 boards, 1.6 assists on almost 2 steals and blocks in per 36 minutes, shooting 40% from 3. I mean, this guy is what we need, though. I mean, as a shooter, a team that struggles with shooting, 40% from beyond the arc. That doesn't change if you're playing 36 minutes or if you're playing 20 like what he normally does off the bench or so. He's just been exactly what this team needs, and I mean, I got to give it up to Weltman, as Welt God puts it right here. Weltman, applause to you, man. Getting this guy at what, 16 a couple of years ago? Really good pick. Really good pick.
Yes, a very good pick, and I got to say, for as gushing a review as that was over Tristan da Silva, it was not enough. This guy is killing it. He's one of my favorite players to watch because he is smart. He's always moving without the basketball. He's doing stuff. He's always goddamn doing stuff. I love this meme. I didn't make it, but the minute I read it, I was like, fuck yeah, well, God, you son of a bitch. You got it right. Because he is literally just playing solid team basketball at all times. Because he was a 4-year college player. He played in college where basketball rules matter and you can't travel and you have to play correct and you don't get star calls. It's a much better game to watch, by the way, than the NBA. It still is. But he's a seasoned player. He learned so much playing those 4 years. And guess what? He's still a sponge, like you say, picking up stuff as he continues to go because he's a smart young man. And he knows standing in the corner waiting for a 3-point shot that I'm not going to get doesn't do our team any good. So I'm going to crash the boards or I'll get back on defense. He's always doing something good or positive. I feel like even when he turns the ball over, I'm never mad. I'm just like, you know what? Nobody's perfect, big guy. He's one of my favorite players to watch on our team right now. And he comes off the bench. He's a legit scoring person off the bench for us, which is great. I mean, we just haven't had that in a long time, right? Like we've always just had like, well, we'll make do with whoever comes off the bench and hopefully get through until the starters come back on. I'm not worried when he's out there. I mean, look, I will gush about Anthony Black probably in a little bit, so I will save it. But between those two guys, I'm not upset when the bench squad comes in, and he's a big part of it, man. He is impressive, and he is a big part of why I enjoy watching this team right now because I've seen all the other things from our players. I'm not seeing a lot different. I'm seeing Franz play at a little higher level. I'm seeing like the same kind of shooting percentages from Paulo, which I don't love. And I'm seeing some of the same stuff from the other guys. But what he's bringing is like, hey-oh, that's making a big difference. And, of course, Anthony Black as well. Those are big jumps in people's game that are changing things because we still don't really have a full Suggs back. And we don't have Moritz back either. So what's different about this team? It's Bane and these guys getting better, which we haven't had guys getting better on our squad for a long time. That's always been a crack on our team is that we don't build guys. We don't get guys good. Well, here's a couple.
Yep. Amen to that. Amen to that.
All right, we don't have real flowers, Tristan, but here they are, buddy. You take them.
All right, let's go to this next story. Kind of weird. Is there a narc on the Orlando Magic piece? This is I guess some type of investigation that the federal government is doing into gambling. There's been a number of these coming out through the NBA, right? We had Terry Rozier was involved in one and a couple other guys recently. But now this is a quote from a story that at Magic Henry P is quoting. A quote-unquote regularly starting player for the Orlando Magic informed a gambler of the team's intention to tank games in April 2023 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is a New York Times Athletic article. And Henry says 100% RJ Hampton. And
super funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it makes sense on a couple levels. Number one, it makes sense because RJ Hampton seems like a real piece of shit. Just like quite the fuck boy. Yeah, I mean he had like an assault on his baby mama. Just like doesn't seem like a kind of a dumb young kid that is wreaking havoc in people's lives, which is not cool with me. But it also seems 100% like that fuckboy attitude to when you were talking to a reporter to say, yeah, I'm a starting player. I'm a regularly starting player, and that being RJ Hampton. I just totally believe that RJ Hampton would lie through his teeth and be like, yeah, I'm a starting player, and I knew that I told them they was tanking. But also, hey, Do we really need a player on the team in 2023 to tell us that the Orlando Magic were tanking? Like, anyone in the fucking world with eyes could have told you that. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why this is not a story. And Jason Beatty, our beat reporter for the Orlando Sentinel, said that he was trying to clarify, because I guess he was the source for this Athletic article, that no one is on the Magic, nor the player mentioned is actually accused of any criminal activity. So the whole organization is clear of everything. I don't even know why it came up. Maybe this is a purple chicken piece, but what do you think about this story here?
I mean, they're digging deep on the NBA right now, so they're finding all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I don't really want to comment on the RJ Hampton thing because he's local and he could actually stab me. So I'm not going to say any real words about him. I don't know about his history or background, but I'm pretty sure he's in the area. He hoops. I work in a building with a hoop, so I'm going to just stay out of that one. But I just there's probably going to be some of that going around. You know, it's like the other day. Shoot, I can't remember his name. AJ Brown from the Eagles. Mm-hmm. He was on his Twitch stream just talking to people and was just happened to mention, he's like, well, yeah, if you got me in fantasy, don't play me because I haven't been scoring a lot of points right now. Oh. And it became this whole thing. And it was I felt kind of bad for him because it's like, but you're on Twitch. So you're you're streaming. So whatever you say is going out to the people and they can take that in a variant of ways. Mm-hmm. And while, he hadn't been getting the ball a lot, their offense has been anemic and it's just a good recommendation to not start him with passing. It doesn't mean he knows the game plan doesn't have him getting the ball. So there are a lot of ways that you can interpret what people are saying here and there. And I think with social media, people are way too free with their thoughts, which, can be okay as long as you monitor it a little bit. But when you're a pro athlete, these things get out there and who knows, this could have been a vague thing about them, tanking games. Like you said, it's not like a big secret in some instances to figure out when a team is tanking or not. Hearing a player say it is not really going to change anyone's betting lines, I don't think. So that's probably why in this case, it's nothing really illegal. It's not like RJ was actually like saying, oh, take the under on me tonight, dog, even though I'm starting, and then just missed like 8 shots in a row on purpose. That's the kind of stuff they need to crank down on. And honestly, when you think about the money of what these guys get for contracts, it's like, it's not worth it to get in that kind of level of trouble.
No.
What is the upside there? A couple of your friends make a couple 100,000 or whatever. Couldn't you just help them out or find a better way to do it? Or I don't get that. Some people are, I mean, I know you're big on gambling a little bit. I mean, you're a small
$5 here and there.
There's something people get from the high of the bet. And I think that disease, as they call it, I don't think it's a disease. I think it's just like
I think it's an addiction.
You're trying to fulfill something. Yeah, it's an addiction of sorts. You just need to fill a hole, and so you go for that. It's got to be that, because there's really no reason why Chauncey Billups is getting caught up in some sort of scheme, and it's like, you're Chauncey Billups. It's like, what? You're an NBA champion. Like, what are you doing? But you never know. Yeah, the mob gets their hands on you. You got to watch out. That's why sometimes it's good to lay low. That's why, I want us to get to 2,000 subscribers, but if we start getting up too high, people are gonna start looking at our backgrounds. I don't want them to find the skeletons I got in my closet. We just got to lay a little low.
Come on, everyone, subscribe. Don't you want to know the skeletons in Peach's closet? Don't you want them to dig in on there, see what's going on with Peach, what secrets he has? Okay, all right. Do you think it was RJ Hampton? I mean, what were the 2023 starters? I think
it was Gary Harris, to be honest, if I had to be real.
Yeah. He was starting for a while, right?
He started for way too long. Yeah. He would start, get 0 points, be out there hanging out, probably knowing that he's not getting another contract somewhere, and kind of figured maybe, but he's not getting indicted, so he probably just spitting. I mean, it's wrong of me to even say Gary Harris. I have no idea. Yeah. But if I had to bet on someone, because this is a betting segment, I guess. If I had to bet on someone, I'd bet on Gary Harris. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Probably won't ever come out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. Oh, this has been an interesting debate right here. Let's go to this one, Peach. So this is from Bankero again, making multiple appearances on the show. Shout out to you, sir. Or lady. I don't know, but probably sir. 99.9% of the folks watching this are a sir. And he says, I respect the potential of Tyus Jones as an initiator off the bench, but these numbers should not justify minutes over Jace Richardson. I'm sorry. And he has the Tyus Jones stat line, all zeros in the points column. I think it's been 7 games that Tyus Jones has not had a single point, Peach. And as someone who was a Tyus Jones truther, very much an enthusiast to get Tyus Jones on this team, and someone who's really excited for that signing, I'm definitely bummed out. I'm definitely disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed, Tyus. I thought he would certainly bring more to the team, and definitely, especially from beyond the arc and in terms of his facilitation. The assist numbers aren't crazy either. It's not like he's coming off and throwing nasty pocket passes or getting guys on backdoor cuts or anything sexy like that. So he's kind of just been out there, and he's a minus defender, so the impact has been very moot. I think he's probably had a minus in his plus-minus for all of those games too. But I'm not giving up just yet. I'm not giving up on my boy Tyus Jones just yet. For the past few seasons, he's been a starter. Go look at his minutes, man. He was playing, up high 20s, low 30s minutes on all these teams that he was playing on, Phoenix and Washington last couple of years. And he was getting, what was his? I'll look up his stats as Peach is talking in a moment, but, definitely wasn't 0 points. He wasn't he wasn't a world beater, but he was averaging, 12, 14 points, something like that. But again, on close to 30 minutes. So I think there is an adjustment here for Tyus Jones, knowing, oh shit, I've only got 10 to 16 minutes max, and I have a short leash. So that's a mental adjustment for a player, and we saw it happen with Bane when he got here and some of the other guys adjusting to that. And I just think it's taken Tyus a little bit longer to make that transition. Now, Peach, I'm not ready to give up on him. I'm not ready to give up on him and go to Jet just yet, although, I would like to see what the young lad has. I think it's justifiable and out of respect to Tyus, and I think, honestly, for the long run of this team, we want to see a Tyus Jones like the last couple of years. He gets half the season. He gets half the season for me, getting more minutes, and then if it's still this bad, of course, let's see what else is there. What say you, Peach?
Trying to decide whether it's time for this. Gotta go ahead and say yes.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go ahead and be the other side of this coin right now, because I told you this guy was mid for years, and now he's on our team and he's mid. He was playing starter minutes on the Phoenix Suns, who didn't make the playoffs, and the Washington Wizards, who didn't make the playoffs. So, what are we talking about? I think this is who he is, right? He was asked to do more with those teams, so obviously he had more numbers. He's doing less with us and therefore producing the same less. He's not taking advantage of the minutes given to him. You don't see some of these other guys that get 15, 16 minutes. Yeah, sure. Sometimes Goga goes out and he doesn't play that well that day. And other times he plays better. He's being consistently mid. So who I don't know anything about? Jace Richardson.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Jet Howard either. When am I going to learn that? Can I learn it now? Because I would rather see that than if I see this stat line from Jace Richardson after 5 games, then I go, oh, well, I guess maybe they're the same. But the one thing I will give Tyus Jones the credit for is that he's a veteran. He's been around for a long time. They probably trust him with the ball a lot more in the clutch right now than they might Jace, because the game is like, as you said many times, it's faster. It speeds up for young players. Tyus, he doesn't have that problem. He's a little more comfortable with the ball, probably a little less likely to turn it over than maybe a Jace or a Jet would be, because Jet's really pressing. He knows he's under the gun. If he's in and he delivers, he's delivering in high pressure situations because he knows his spot on the roster is on the line. But that's okay. That's healthy to have a little bit of competition there. But right now, we're not seeing that competition. We're seeing that give me the steady guy. But we've seen that with Mose steadily. We just talked about him, Gary Harris. That guy got minutes all the time. And he was producing nothing on the offensive end. And it was still like, here's more minutes for you, sir. Keep eating. And it was like, can we see if these guys on the bench are good? Was Caleb Houston good? Could we see that? No. We have to get more Gary Harris. So you kind of know that's Moses' MO. Don't expect that to change, but it would be nice to mix in a little Jace, right? He's not kicking He's not doing anything. So what difference is it? Why not give him a shot, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not like he's adding even 3 points a game. He's doing nothing. He's actually sub mid. I'm calling him mid because I'm being polite. I know he has a body of work on another side of the scale that will tip it up, but he is who I thought he was. Sadly, I was hoping he would be who you thought he was.
Yeah, I think, and I'm still holding out hope, Peach, because yes, you're right. That was a great and hilarious retort that you made to me, that he started on 2 teams that did not make the playoffs. So what value is that? We're not sure. But going back only a few years to the time where he played the most similar role, and that was with the Memphis Grizzlies, he finished in 2022, 2023 as in 6th place for 6th man of the year. The year before that, 11th place for 6th man of the year. In that year where he got 6th man of the year, 6th place votes, he was only scoring 10. All right, so this guy is never going to be a crazy scorer. That's not what he brings to the table. But he had 10 points, yes, but 5 assists. And in that year, he shot 37% from beyond the arc on 4 attempts a game. So if we can get him there again.
Time out. Not a lot of guys on our team get 4 attempts a game.
Yeah. But with the bench unit, he totally could, man. With the bench unit, because he's playing next to Anthony Black, he and Tristan da Silva, those are the only 2 guys that can really shoot it on the bench unit. So they should get those reps. I mean, when Moritz comes back, he can legitimately shoot from beyond the arc, but that's all. So he's going to need to launch him with that second unit to make it work. So I'm still holding out hope, but like I said, after 40 games, hey, if it's still like this, give it to Chase. But we know that Chase. But we know, just like you said, Mosley ain't gonna do that. We're getting Tyus Jones for 82 and into the playoffs.
He loves the vets, man. He's always gonna go vet first. There's some value to that, in certain points of the season, but you never learn what young you have. And with a young team like ours, we've had a lot of minutes we've given to guys who are going nowhere fast, or we know who they are. And man, just let's see them. Why didn't Mac McClung play a minute for us? Why? like there's a lot of questions like that where it's like, sometimes spice it up, right? Sell some
why
tickets.
not?
Like, juice up the fans a little bit. Like, just sometimes that's a spark you need mid-season or something like that. Just give it a shot.
Yeah. And if we're not going to give Jace the shot that you're talking about, Peach, Ray Shard says, if he won't be in the rotation, can the Magic send him to the G League so he can actually develop? He can be getting in game reps rather than sitting on the bench. Have him work on his passing and defense while he gets stronger as well. So, I mean, I'm a little bi-curious on this one, because this is what we did to Jet Howard, and that hasn't really worked out. So I say, hey, I might agree with Ray Shard, except that we did that with Jet, and I just don't want Jace to get buried down there. I don't know what impact that has on a young player's mentality. Like, was that really good for Jace or Jet? I'm sorry. Or did that in some way kind of scar him, especially after that rookie season? It makes sense for a rookie to go down there. Sure. I think you could probably do that and it not destroy your ego. But when Jet is seeing himself down there 2nd year, 3rd year, just getting buried in the G League, that might hurt a guy who needs confidence to shoot the ball. So I don't know. We just got through a whole discussion of Tyus Jones not exactly setting the world on fire. So maybe Jace isn't as far away from the rotation as we or Ray Shard might think. What do you think about this piece? Should he be down in the G League with not Lakeland? I'm sorry, you got me the
Osceola.
Osceola. I knew it was an O. Should he be with the Osceola Magic? What do you think?
Normally I would say yes with certain players, but with him I say no. Parts of what you said I agree with. I just feel like you going to the G League and scoring 35 every game ain't helping anybody. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's making those guys any better. I think that's you obviously showing you're an NBA caliber player playing in a league that is slightly below the NBA. I've seen a lot of G League. I work in a G League building. It's hit or miss. Each team has maybe a couple guys that have a shot at playing in the NBA, and the rest are very good NBA players. It's good basketball to watch, but it's not doing anything. I don't think they're going to learn anything that they're going to take to the next level. The amount of people who've been in the G League that have been stars in the NBA, that list is not massive. There's guys that have been key elements or key role players or had a nice career after like starting in the G League. And I'm not counting guys that go down for rehab like LeBron's about to do. I'm talking about guys who like had a good season in the G League. So like, honestly, that chance of getting those diamonds in the rough from Matt is just limited. Let the guy play in the NBA now. I like that he's probably playing with a lot of other young players and practicing with a lot of other young players. He's learning our system. He's doing what we do. I think that probably has more value to a player like Jace, who I think is pretty solid with what he is and who he is. And now it's just about how that mixes in with what we have. And I got to hope at some point he has like a week of practice where he's just burning it up and it just makes Mosley go, all right, look, we got to put him in. Right? Yeah. Like there's somebody on that bench that's on that coaching staff's got to go, look, coach, we have to get minutes for this young man because he's got a lot of talent. And honestly, he could be a breakout star from that draft. We could look back and be like, wow, I can't believe we got him that low in the draft. That's what some of the teams were saying. They had him much higher on their draft board, but we don't know because he won't get out there. And it's not like we're, 15-0 right now. So we don't want to touch our beloved, rotation, right? Like there's some room, some injuries, some guys are out. It's even some guards, right? Like, so why is it hard to get him in? I don't get it. Who does he feel like he's not serving? What's the point? Yeah. I'd be curious to ask him, but with the way he acted in a couple of those press conferences a while back, I don't think I'd want to ask him anything right now. I think he'd just be like, well, we turned over the ball too much. It's like, oh, are you becoming Bill Belichick, coach? Because the only way I want that from you is if we're winning championships along with it.
Well, selfishly, I wouldn't mind if Jace was playing with the Osceola Magic when they came and played the Westchester Knicks, because I want to go to that game, so be nice to see him there. Although, like you said, I went and I saw Jet Howard drop 32, I think, on the Westchester Knicks, and that hasn't really helped him crack the rotation much more.
Well, I get to see Colin Castleton. He's blowing it up. I'd love to see him play for us too, but he ain't gonna.
No.
Unless we have some injury bugs, he ain't coming.
Well, Peach, that was the social media roundup. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your posts about our Orlando Magic. If you'd like to see one of your posts or end up on here, or you think there's something that you want to get our attention on to get on the show, at @Court_Cousins on X and Instagram, and hopefully you'll see it on the airwaves. Now we're going into that segment called Starter, Backup, and Bench, where Peach and I are going to rank three things in some order of starter, backup, and bench. And I had to start with this one, Peach. So, the beginning of the year, a lot of us, myself included, okay, I'm no better than you out there, second cousins. I'm a man. I bleed blood, okay? We were in some pretty dark places with the way this team started. And we, as Peach, you said earlier in the show, people put some things on social media that maybe we didn't think about all the way. So for this one, we're going to be ranking the coldest take right now. And so I guess a cold take is something that has not really aged well, and it seems like it's a ridiculous thing to say at this point. So we have three options right here, Peach. We have three options. So
you're saying it's a take where the mountains are blue.
Yes, very blue now. Like it can't even believe it was a take at one point. So the first one is the Bane trade. The Desmond Bane trade is looking like one of the worst trades in sports history. Might be worse than the Luka trade.
Purple chicken. Why did this make the show?
That's one cold take. Then people were there. Some people were there, Peach. All right. And then we're going on to ISO Paulo. This person says, we all know Paulo Banchero is a great individual ISO player. The truth is the Orlando Magic play faster and unselfish when Franz is the primary scorer on the court. There's a solution, but we're not ready for that conversation. Okay. So that's the argument that, the Magic are better without Paulo Banchero. That's that one.
Listen, El Padrino.
Hold on.
We're not ready to have that conversation.
Okay. And the last icy cold frosty mountain take is, this is, oh God, I hate to say it, but Jamal Mosley has to go. So Peach, I ask you to rank these three cold takes. Which is the coldest? I guess you're gonna starter the one that you think is like the coldest and is the farthest from the truth, and then your bench would be the one that you're like, you know what, there might be still something here in this take.
See, I think the way you're using the verbiage is wrong. I thought a cold take was a good take, but correct me in the comments, youths. I don't know. That's what I thought cold takes were. But for the sake of this argument here, the thing that makes the least sense is the Desmond Bane trade is a disaster. People are forgetting that like getting the KCP contract off the books was part of why those draft picks went, right? And having to pay Cole Anthony a lot of money went off the books as well with that trade. That's part of why there's so many picks involved. We also have not even seen half of a basketball season yet with Desmond Bane. And if you didn't watch the last 2 weeks, then you definitely don't know what you're talking about. This man is finding his way, finding his spot with the team. I will say this. I am very tired of us being an NBA basketball team that never runs a play for a three-pointer. Three-pointers are always an afterthought with our offense. It's always we drove in, and then there's a guy open by the three-point line. Let's kick it to him. And then because guy's open, guy goes, well, I got to shoot this. I'm open. It's never really a play where the guy's coming off a screen and gets the ball and shoots for a three. That's not part of our makeup. And that's why it was so frustrating to watch Bane early season. Sometimes he'd shoot 1 3-pointer in a game.
Right.
Or 2. And it's like, hey, man, we got you to shoot threes. But we don't have that kind of game. We haven't worked around to him. I think people were thinking that it was Bane needs to figure out how to work with us. I think it was equally we need to figure out how to work him into what we do.
Absolutely.
And even that buzzer beater he hit, that play wasn't for him. He was a backup. That was a mistake. So we just don't have that part in our game. That's one of his specialties, and we need to find a way to get it there. But we will. It's not his fault. So that's obviously the dumbest take.
Okay.
Coldest, whatever.
All right.
That's definitely my starter. That's it. And then I think the next one has got to be, I guess, Paulo ISO comment.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily not have legs. I mean, I get the concept. Sometimes I'm tired of looking at the stat line and seeing, oh, Paulo had 22 points. Oh, he shot 5 for 22. Why so many misses? With so much volume and still a lot on the score sheet at the end. But is that good for our offense to have you missing that many baskets or taking that many if you're not hitting? A lot of good players and shooters throughout the times. If you're not shooting today, you don't keep shooting. Some people like Reggie Miller, they'd shoot themselves out of a slump. But other players, hey, if I miss my first 4, I'm not shooting anymore. I'm pretty much worthless today. I don't have it. Or
go to another part of your game, just get to the hoop.
Or go to another part of your game, yeah. Or be a facilitator because he's a great passer, right? Yeah. So let that be part of it. So I don't believe that take, but I guess I'm putting it second because I believe Mosley could still be fired.
Yeah.
We could still have a very bad 2-week span right now. We could lose the next 10 games and this guy's gone. Someone's got to pay. So it's definitely on the line. In this season as a whole, it's on the line. If for some reason we only made the play-in, he's out. There's definitely a lot of scenarios where he could go out. Those other 2 things, I don't see those as much, but this one is the most far-fetched.
Okay.
Or this one has the most legs. This one has the most legs.
Right. So yeah, that for you, it's the least cold of the takes because it still has a little heat to it. Still has a little heat to it.
One good 2-week period like we just had, by the way, we went 5-3, not burning it up, but good. Doesn't necessarily save this man's job. It's not over yet.
No, I agree, and I put in the exact same order that you did. The Bane trade for me looks amazing right now. So to say it's one of the worst trades in NBA history, potentially worse than Luka, is the most absurd and coldest take I have ever heard in my life. It was still Rocky Mountain cold probably when it was tweeted originally. I mean, I looked at this. It's essentially 3 first-round picks because there's 2 of those years are pick swaps. So we didn't give up a first-round pick. We just agreed to swap with Memphis, whichever is the best. And I don't know if you guys have been watching at all or paying attention. It's a dumpster fire in Memphis. So are they really going to, in the next 3 years, completely turn it around and be better than the Orlando Magic? I don't think so. So I honestly think in those 2 years, we're just keeping our pick at what it would be in the first round. So I don't even think those picks are going anywhere. I don't think the Grizzlies are going to want to swap with us those years. So really, if you keep those swaps, then what was it, 3 first-round picks, KCP and Cole. One pick which has already gone out the door, and I think the crown jewel is the Phoenix Suns pick this upcoming year, and the Suns are actually playing pretty damn good. So that doesn't look like it's going to be a top 10 pick yet right now. So hey, I'm for that. You maybe gave up like some late lottery picks to get Desmond Bane and what he's been bringing. Awesome. The Paulo ISO stuff, I mean, this was going to be on the show, Peesh. This guy, and this is from I Feel Like Paulo, he has the third most assists by a forward before turning 23. Only LeBron and Giannis have more. So if you're going to tell me...
Is that good?
Yeah, right? So sir, what was your name again? El Padrino. You're going to tell me he's an ISO player, and yeah, maybe that's an aspect of his game. He's definitely got some of the mellow, I'm going to get a bucket in him. But also... he's with LeBron and Giannis as one of the forwards with most assists in the history of the league before 23. So this guy is an assist leader. He's third in assists on our team right now, and that's below his career average. I actually think this is going to be a higher than average year when he gets back. So it's not crazy for Paulo to have 6, 7, 8 assists in a night if he's really dishing it well. So to just boil him down to just an ISO player and to say our offense is clunky as a result, I think you're missing the point. I mean, the way that he draws double teams helps our offense so much. Even when he's not shooting well, even when he's not been as efficient as he could be, teams still double team his ass, and I think he will get better in passing out of those. I won't add too much to the fire of Mosley. I mean, I like him, but I do think that if we don't get out of the first round, there may be warrant for firing him. I disagree with you in having a cold stretch in the middle of the season, 2 bad weeks, or a bad month. But definitely we got to get out of the first round.
Lose 10 games in a row, they're not firing him.
I don't think they're firing him if they lose 10 games. I mean, you think we're going to lose 10 games in a row? That's freaking crazy. The Wizards
No,
exist.
I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, but like I'm saying, if that happens,
yeah, okay,
something's going to be done.
Fair. Okay, next one. We just had an awesome buzzer beater, Peesh. So now we've got some real G's on the team, and this is a legitimate question, I think. Who do you want the ball in the hands for the buzzer beater? I mean, we've got the boogeyman in fourth quarter Franz. Paulo has eaten teams, especially in the playoffs, if we're talking playoffs. And then Bane, the best shooter amongst these. We just saw what he could do fading away a couple games ago. So I think this is a legitimate question, Peesh. Who would you want to have the ball for a buzzer beater?
Well, if we need a 3, it's Bane. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
If it's just a bucket, then I'm going to take Franz. So I'm going to pretend it's just a bucket. And I'm assuming it's a fourth quarter bucket, because if it's at the end of the first half, well, maybe not. But if it's at the end of the game to win the game, I still think I want Franz number 1 with that ball. I feel like teams would be focused on Paulo so much, that like it leaves a little more openness for Franz. And so I'm going to go Franz, Bane. I'm going to go Paulo last.
Wow.
I just feel like I think Paulo has so much of the team on his shoulders that it's a lot of weight when you just give him the ball and hit that buzzer beater. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've already said it on the show. I am not that confident in him as a shooter. His shooting stroke does not always give me the best. He can prove that wrong. He's still young. He has plenty of time to turn that mindset around. But like right now, as far as a shooter goes, I don't know if I can pound inside and get to the hoop. Well, I like his chances, but Franz can do both. So that's why I'm picking him. And if I just need a shot, I still like Bane better. If I'm going to just run a play for somebody, which we don't do, and catch and shoot for a shot, I don't see that from Paulo. That's not part of his game.
Ooh.
Like that guy said, and his point is valid. He is an ISO player. So in the clutch, if it's a buzzer beater on the line, are we going to give the ball to Paulo and all the other players are going to clear out and he's going to go 1-on-1? I don't think other teams would do that.
Hell yeah.
I think other teams are going to like double down on him and not let him have that. Or, by the way, he's only shot 6 of 25 tonight, so we're going to let him have that.
Yeah. I guess I still have a little PTSD from the end of, game 7 of the Cleveland series where we gave it to Franz and he got blocked by Mobley. And it just felt like maybe this is horrible to
That's
say.
why you give it to him. He's
Yeah.
been in that position before. You
Okay.
know he's a motivated young man, and he's going to
Yeah.
use that as fuel, right? Because that's what you learn from your failures. You learn, you grow, you get better. And there's nobody I'd want more with that ball for a chance at redemption than Franz. In fact, even if Mobley's guarding him.
Yeah, I'm going to go Paulo, number one. I want the ball in his hands.
Yep.
I'm saying it's a bucket, and I still trust his mid-range game. I think it's multifaceted. I think that he's tougher to guard because he may freight train you to the hoop and get an and one, but he can also stop on a dime, spin, and hit a mid-range. And I agree with you in terms of the consistency of his shot to start this year. He shot like a madman in the playoffs last year against Boston. I think over 40% from three. He just wasn't missing. But I think I'm giving it to Paulo. He's the guy he's the captain, and I'm going down with the ship. Bane just hit it. How can I not? But then I'm going against Franz, and I have the German flag right here. This is such a conundrum. What a quagmire I'm in right now. I can't win.
Well, it's a nice quagmire to have, right?
Yeah.
Because honestly, even though I put Paulo last, I'm still feeling okay with the ball in his hands if that's the way they decide. I'm not the head coach, so
I think I'll go Bane.
Nice
I'll go Bane next.
And I think that's probably why you brought this up.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I'd go Bane next. I like his shooting off the dribble a little bit more than Franz, but again, I think it's a little bit of that PTSD from the Cavs series. And I'm sorry, Franz, I love you. You're the wonder kid. I don't mean any disrespects. Okay, last one. Where is it? Okay, all right. This one we can be quick because hopefully these guys are. Who are you most excited to see back to full strength? Paulo, Suggs, or Moritz? Those are the three guys that are injured key pieces right now. I'm going to go first because you've gone first both of these times. And I'm going to go with Suggs, Moritz, and then Paulo. And again, I don't want El Padrino to take this as fuel for his fire to say that Paulo, that's because Paulo's the least important. No, I don't necessarily believe that. But I do think I've gained a much larger respect for Jalen Suggs this year in what he brings to this team. I mean, putting him in the lineup, our defense is just exponentially better. The team just plays so much better. The energy that he brings is unparalleled. And as a point of attack defender, he's phenomenal. And I think for the identity of our team, he's actually the most important player on the team for the identity that Mosley wants to run. Moritz, I think that's just some emotion in there. I just haven't seen Moritz in long enough. And honestly, when you look at some of these games and why we win and why we've lost some of them, is the starters have been doing their job in terms of scoring, but we've gotten no production from the bench in some of these games. The bench just hasn't been consistent it's been moved around a lot, but I think Moritz is one of the best scorers we have off the bench. So if once he comes back,
we don't have Da Silva and Black over here. Come on.
No, but Black, I know you love Black, but he's been super inconsistent, man. He scores 17 and then he scores 6. And Moritz, he's going to get you 10 every night, man. He's going to get you 10 and 7 every single night. And some nights he'll get you 18. Mm-hmm. But, Da Silva, AB, I love him to death, but he can get you 2. He's got to work out that consistency. So we need another consistent scorer on the bench, and Moritz is that guy. And I think, the plus minuses for our bench unit and the losses especially have been horrid, and Moritz fixes that. And so I think he's super key, and I just want his energy back. And I know Paulo's coming back soon, and, he's a very important part. He's the guy on this team, but Franz can carry the team too in terms of scoring loads with the starters. So I'm going to go that order: Suggs, Moritz, Paulo.
Yeah, there's parts of me that could make an argument for all sides of this, but look, it's Paulo. It's got to be Paulo's number one because he's the dude, right? He's the guy on all the cups, and he's the face of the franchise. And we go as far as not just necessarily just him is going to take us around him. So if he's not there, it feels like, we're going to play well, next man up, and let's see if we can keep winning games. But it's not really complete until he's in there, right? So I think that everything
Valid.
stems off him. So I've got to go there because I feel like that's just the correct answer. And I'm not answering with my heart. Because my heart would be Moritz, who's number 2, because he's been gone too long. We need somebody inside that I can count on, that can ferociously dunk and yell something in German that nobody understands. I just need that energy back from him off the bench. I need a big in there that I can rely on to be consistent, that I enjoy. That's what I need. Is that so much to ask? Like I'm mad at Suggs right now, so that's why I'm putting him squarely third, because you're correct. Your points are correct that he does definitely, he's a catalyst and a leader of our defense, which is who we are. So like, we need you, bud, especially now when Paulo's out and you're like, well, I'm not going to play today. And it just seems like every time I sit down to watch a full game, like, you know, in its entirety, he hasn't played. So I haven't seen you play yet this year, bud. Like I just, you know, are you hurt? Are you not? Can you play? I want you to play. I'd love to see you at full strength. So it's weird to put you third here, but like, I've already watched the team a bunch this year without you. So like, you know, we're doing all right, I guess, but it would be better to have him in there as the defense. I'd really rather see that. But Moritz, man, I haven't seen Moritz mesh with this group. What happens when Moritz mixes it up with Bane? Are they going to dap up as good as he and Mose did? I need to see it. I want to know. But it's Paulo for me, for sure. He's the centerpiece. So
that probably is the correct answer. Well, that was good. Let us know if we messed up on any of those starter, backup, or benches. Tell us how big of an ignoramus we are in the comments, everyone, and what your orders might be. All right, Peesh, I got like 10% battery on my computer, so let's make this into the large ending. It can't be that large. It's got to be like a medium size ending, and unfortunately. But where's that button?
You can't go big by going medium.
There it is.
Here, I hit the button. Go.
All right. Okay, here we go. And I'm not ready. So I know that I put on here, yes, you've been doing some awesome card openings over on Card Cousins. I've seen most of them, especially the basketball ones. I care less about the other ones. But I've seen you open some great Magic cards. I don't know if I've missed any. What has been the best Magic card, or maybe your favorite card that you've opened, I'll say recently, like within the last few months, 6 months, something like that?
Probably that Noah Penda from the top basketball box.
That's nice.
I've gotten a lot of base Magic, but I haven't gotten like the good hit Magic cards. And that's got to be it. I mean, that's at least he wore it for the photo shoot, so at least it's not a random piece of jersey in there.
That's nice.
You know, it's one of our guys, so it's nice to get. But yeah, Card Cousins, check us out. We're doing stuff. We're doing all sports. Check it. CFL just did its thing. Do you know who are the champions? Can you name any CFL teams? Follow-up question.
I can.
Don't Google anything.
No, I can. The Argonauts?
Okay,
is the Argonauts one?
The Argonauts is a thing. They're
okay.
From? Where are they from?
Ontario? Ottawa.
Oh, no. No, Toronto. Argonauts.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Congratulations on winning the Grey Cup.
Yes, we were all wondering who was going to pull out.
They did it over my Montreal Alouettes. So.
Peesh, you're in ground zero there in Dallas for the Nico Harrison firing. What's the vibe now? Are people... I can see it going two ways. Like, are people happy because this guy tore down the franchise, or are they just like shit, he tore down the franchise, and now they're kind of upset?
They're happy.
Yeah.
He's out. He's gone. They don't have to look at this guy's face anymore. He should never show his face anywhere in Dallas. I just do not understand what this guy did to this franchise in such a short period of time. At least their owner kind of figured it out and was like, look, we gotta get rid of this problem right now, because it was distracting right to the players. Like, there's no reason the fans should hold on to this long, but they did, because this was a very dastardly thing that was done. It was the worst trade ever. Don't believe what you've read on some other podcast or on somebody's social media. It was the worst trade ever. It was really dumb. They didn't get enough value, and it was something that should have never happened. And look, I'm sick of seeing that guy's face too. It's a good move. It's nice to have something about the Dallas Mavericks that I can comment on. What is your biggest surprise team in the NBA, be it good or bad? Like, which one is really most shocking to you?
I think it's a little shocking how good the Pistons are. I mean, I know Cade took a big leap last year, and they played the Knicks really hard in that in the Eastern Conference semis there. But I did not think that they were going to be stealing our lunch money like this and ahead of in the top of the Eastern Conference at 11-2. That is pretty damn surprising. A Western Conference team, sure. I would say, I mean, the Suns at 8-6 after they kind of quote unquote tore it down is surprising, but maybe that shouldn't be because every time, you know, KD leaves a team, they tend to get better. So that's mine too. That's mine too.
Weird. All right.
Do you have one different than that?
I'm impressed with the way the Bucks are playing this year, but honestly, it would have been the Pistons would have been my answer.
Yeah. Peach, the Magic unveiled their City Edition jersey, the all whites. Does that adjust your maths in what jersey you like to prioritize down for Court Cousins night?
I can't believe this didn't make social media, and I'm being surrogated to only this small amount of time to talk about this grandstanding post where they decide, oh, it's no misses, by the way. This is our post, so we know.
And that's facts, they say.
I take some umbrage with that, but okay, you want to pat yourself on the back. Yeah, the white one is fantastic. The shorts are fantastic. It will 100% be coming home with me from our float trip. That is the one.
Wow.
One. I do like the black ones quite a bit after seeing those in action too. I can give those my thumbs up. And I like the way the other jerseys look from the back. It's just that front. Those fonts are still they're wrong to me. It still screams Temu, made up Orlando Magic logo, and it's close, but it's not quite there. I'll take more time for those to grow on me. The backs look sweet.
Okay.
But yeah, white's good. You love the white, right?
Oh yeah, it's fresh, man. But I think I am gonna go with the ones that are like the old warm-up jackets. I really like that. I really like that jersey.
Yeah, it's better than I thought it was gonna be. Now listen up. I'm not sure if you know. Yeah. But as we are recording this particular portion, John Cena is on his last Monday Night Raw.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen John Cena wrestle? He's had a long career. It is coming to an end. He has his last Raw tonight. He has another pay-per-view in December where it will be his last match. Have you ever seen John Cena wrestle?
Never seen him wrestle. But I do love Peacemaker, the show. It's awesome.
Great show. It is a great show.
Awesome show.
I think he's a better actor than a wrestler. I got to be honest. Not a big fan of the wrestling.
Okay.
From him.
So you won't be too sad to see him depart.
Oh, I'm not sad. I'm happy.
All right.
I've been
well,
wanting to not see you wrestling for a long time, John. Thanks for coming.
And with that, peace out, second cousins. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.